Hey guys, good afternoon. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Great to be with you on the show once again. In case you're wondering, today is a Monday. Yes, it starts the work week, but our week, as you know, starts on a Saturday and finishes up on a Friday. But it's great to be with you. It's actually our day three. We're very happy to be in our fifth year, actually our 12th day of our fifth year. That means we're celebrating being on the air over 4 years in a row, and really grateful for that. Thank you to all of you great people that have been following us for so very long. If this is your first time here, I want to take the opportunity to say thank you and welcome. If you're coming back, I want to take the opportunity to say welcome back and thank you for coming back. Really do appreciate that. If you have not checked out believemeachieve.com, well, for more of my amazing, inspiring creations, short form, long form, reels, articles, and much more, go do that after the show, that is. All right, guys. All right. So, again, it's great to have everyone here. If I haven't seen you yet this year, Happy New Year to everyone. It's really great, as I said, to have you here with me. We have an amazing year planned. And as I said to you guys once before, if you fail to plan, then you inevitably have planned to fail. Let me say that again. If you have failed to plan, then you have planned to fail. All right, guys, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and kick this wonderful show off so we can get started. All right, everyone? Great. Um, as we ponder in, we're on day three, and it's about fairness, integrity, and inner authority, series five, episode three. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Inspirations for Your Life. This is the daily motivational show where growth is intentional, success is sustainable, and leadership begins from, yes, the inside out. I'm your host, in case you were wondering, John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, engineer, marketing specialist, video producer, podcast host, coach, graduate student, and yes, guys, a passionate lifelong learner. This is the show where it's built from the ground up on real world experience, building businesses, leading people, and making decisions when shortcuts would have been easier. But integrity matters more, which is why we stick to that. Today's episode is all about a very interesting thing that oftentimes gets lost by the wayside: fairness, integrity, and inner authority. Sometimes those things get muffled when we talk about relationships or we talk about profits. Those things become more important than integrity, and they really shouldn't, right? Your inner authority is very important, and the quiet forces that create real power over time. Because when everything else changes, your values are what keep you steady, trusted, and respected. I know it seems like a long journey, but as I said before, Rome was not built in a day. So we need to be patient. Number one, integrity builds authority. When your actions align with your words, people naturally trust and follow you. But if they don't, they're kind of like shaking their head, or they're like, second guessing, like, is he really telling the truth? Number two, guys, fair doesn't mean weak. Fairness requires strength, okay? Discipline, and of course, confidence. So if you think fairness is all about being a weak person, you're wrong. Number three, guys, inner standards matter more than public praise. What you accept privately defines you publicly. Let me say that again. What you accept privately defines you publicly. Number four, guys, doing right is always on brand. Integrity never goes out of style, regardless of what your coworkers say, your families say, your exes, or maybe even current relationships are saying. It never goes out of style. And anybody who's telling you to operate in that domain, well, you probably should just 86 them out of your life. All right. Number five, guys. Oh, I don't know if I told you, for those of you that are following me or just coming the first time, my new book just kicked off a few days ago and it'll be done within 6 to 7 months. So, really excited about that. Number five, character scales better than shortcuts. What's built right will last longer, and that's a fact. Number six, integrity compounds quietly. Small right choices add up over time. You don't need to cheat to win. Real success never requires compromise. I think that's important. Success may not always be easy, guys. It might not always, drop in your lap. But it feels really good when you achieve it. Number 8, fair decisions, sleep better at night. Yes. When you make fair, ethical decisions, you can put your head down on that pillow and rest in peace. Peace of mind is priceless. Guilt, on the other hand, will do more and keep you up at night. It can affect your health, relationships, and so much more. Number 9, guys, trust is built in those small moments. Those small moments. Consistency creates credibility. I talked about something the other day with a group that I wasn't getting traction in for a while. So I decided to post something that was relatable to the entire group. I got 25, 26 responses and several likes. Number 10, guys, ethics outlasts trends. Values are timeless, so why don't we realize that? Well, people still think there's a magic bullet or there is an easy way to do things. So there might be easy, and easy might be wrong, okay? Not always, but a lot of times it is. This takes me back to a shortcut. You probably remember Wendy's. They've been around for a while. And they had this interesting phrase. I'm not a big fast food person. And it says, we don't cut corners. Okay? So all your other places like Burger King, McDonald's, and other places, they cut the corners. They give you a round burger. Well, not Wendy's. They give you a square burger. Number 11, guys, inner authority beats external validation. Self-trust creates confidence. And as confidence is built, we become more sustainable. We become more unstoppable. We become a force that no one's going to reckon with or could reckon with. Number 12, you don't need to cut corners to move forward. So progress built right is stable. I guess Wendy's must have did something there right. Number 13, guys, fairness creates long-term leverage. It does. Even though it might seem like you're making it harder for yourself, it's ethical. It's the right thing to do. People remember how you treat them. And I think that's an important thing to understand. People will never remember maybe something you said. They may not remember what you gave them, okay? Or even what you did for them. But they'll always remember one thing. If you said something or did something to them and it made them feel a certain way, they'll remember how you made them feel. Number 13, fairness creates long-term leverage. People remember how you treat them, as I said. So treating is not something you just do today. It's something you do consistently over time. And what you're going to find out is a lot of these people out there that are going a certain way are going to say, hey, you know what? This person is true to their core, not just when people are watching, even when people aren't watching. And I've said this to you before. We have to do the right thing even when no one else is watching. I know it's easy to do the right thing when people are watching. I want to reflect back on a funny social media post that I saw a few weeks ago. And it was about this airline company. I'm not going to mention the airline company. And there were people that were unloading the luggage. So when they saw themselves being filmed on camera, and they knew they were being filmed, they were so grateful with the bags. They took them off. They'd smile. They would dust them off. I mean, it was comical. So when they didn't believe that they were being watched, they didn't dust the bag off. They just took the bag and they throw it. They just wang it somewhere. And I think a lot of baggage claim systems are like that. They don't treat your bag with true integral personality. They just see it as a bag, as a number, as another piece they have to move from point A to point B. But it was funny, when people knew they were being watched, that's when magic happened. But when they didn't think they were being watched, they acted differently. And that's something that we have to be very mindful of. We have to act the same way when people are watching us and people aren't watching us. Number 14, guys, respect. Yep. Respect grows from consistency. Reliability, though, builds influence. So the reliability is us doing what we say we're going to do pretty much all the time. People can depend on us. Somebody's not dependable, well, they're going to probably move to not just the back of the line or the back of the bus. They move to an entirely different line or maybe an entirely different vehicle that might not even be in the same state. You get my point. Number 15, guys, and I think number 15 is really a big favorite of mine. Your values. That's right, your values are your foundation. They're your core to who you really are every single day. Everything else just sort of rests on them. Think of it like this. In your home, you have lots of things, right? And you have a core foundation. And everything else, all the lumber, all the metal, just rests on that foundation. Of course, it's supported and things like that and nailed together, but it rests on that foundation. That's powerful, guys. Number 16, character is what remains under pressure. Character is what remains under pressure. Stress reveals truth. So, character. I'm going to compare this to a diamond, okay? A diamond in the rough. So let's think of a diamond that is able to remain under pressure. And it still has its same character. In fact, it becomes even more beautiful under pressure. Stress reveals the truth. Stress reveals that beautiful diamond, that beautiful creation that came from the earth. I'm not talking about zirconias. I'm not talking about fake diamonds. I'm talking about a diamond in the rough and how we can put it through processes and then we can get out its beauty and its luster. Number 17, guys, integrity protects your future self. Today's choices, guys, I don't know if you know this, they will shape tomorrow every single time. Whether you know about this stuff or you don't, it will still affect tomorrow. Number 18, fairness attracts the right people. Alignment draws alignment. When you're fair, you attract other people that are fair and you align with other positive alignment. That's just how our universe works. We attract that type of energy in our life. And if we're attracting bad energy, it means, well, we're not on the right frequency. We're not on the right channel, right? You've heard this before. If you turn on a channel, and let's say you're looking to watch a football game, but you're on a channel that's talking about cooking, you're never going to see a football game on a channel that just does cooking, like the Food Network, right? Just not going to happen. When you get in alignment with sports and you tune into a sports network like ESPN, ESPN2, or another channel that plays sports, you're very likely to see sports, right? Makes sense. Number 19, shortcuts cost more later. Yeah, my grandfather, when he was alive, he used to say to me, John, measure twice, cut once. And in the beginning, I didn't quite understand it, but then I quickly realized when I made a mistake, he said, that's why I told you to measure twice, cut once. Because see, once you cut, you can't uncut. There is no undo button. You have to start over again. And if there's not enough wood, got to go get a new block of wood or a new slab or a new 2x4 or 4x6 or whatever it is that you're working with. So, yes, guys, shortcuts cost more. Integrity avoids hidden costs. That's right, the hidden costs. That's what integrity is about. Keeping integrity in check is not the easiest thing. I will admit that. And there are times when you want to just sway because like, oh, I really don't want to do that. That's going to be a lot of extra work. It's important to stay true to your values. Number 20, guys, moral clarity simplifies decisions. So if you know about doing the right thing, you are more likely to do the right thing. So values remove confusion. I like to call them, as I said to you before, my core values, your core values. When you understand what your core values are, how they're part of your makeup, and how everything you do has to go through those core values. Then you understand. Think of it like this. In your home, every appliance that you plug in has to go through the main core value of the electricity coming into your home. Every single thing has to go through that main electric panel, regardless of where the plug is in your house. It has to go through that panel. That's pretty priceless. Number 21, guys, do right even when it's inconvenient. I know that we all want to do right when it seems easy, when people are watching, when we're going to probably get a pat on the back. But do we do this when it's uncomfortable? Do we do this when it's not convenient for us? I mean, I'm asking you a question. That's really what I'm doing here. I'm asking you a question. Do you do the right thing? You don't have to tell me. Talk to yourself. And if you don't do the right thing, then I would encourage you to change your mannerisms and your attitudes, because this is only going to reflect on others. I said before, it's the boomerang effect or the butterfly effect. What we do percolates out to other people. We do good, right? We get the good back. We do bad, well, we get the bad boomerang back. So do right even when it's inconvenient. And that's where, guys, the growth happens. Now, I don't want you to get upset and say, oh my gosh, John, I've been doing this, but no growth's been happening. Okay, so we don't do something once and expect it to just work. I'll give you a perfect example. So when I was younger, I learned to ride a bike, right? And I remember the very first time I got on that bike, what happened? I fell. I started pedaling and I fell. Now, there were training wheels on the bike at first, so there was no chance of falling. But then once the training wheels came off, it felt funny. It felt different. And I didn't understand what balance was. The training wheels got me into the feeling of, keep pedaling to keep it going. But even though I knew you had to keep pedaling, when I was on a bike without training wheels, it felt different. Whoa, you really have to pedal. If I stop pedaling when the training wheels are on, the bike just stopped. But if I stop pedaling when I'm riding and there's no training wheels, well, the bike would just, fall to the ground. And I remember the times when I fell to the ground. I remember the first time I fell to the ground, I just wanted to go inside and, just take it easy, because that was a hard fall and I was scraped, maybe a little bleeding. So I kind of wanted to call it quits. But my parents didn't let me do that. I went inside, I had lunch, or I had a little snack or a cookie or something, used the restroom, came back out. And then I decided to get back on the bike again with their persuasive enthusiasm. And so I pedaled a little more, got 2 or 3 houses, and then fell to the ground. And I got back on the horse again, or said the bike again. Got even further and I fell again, but you get my point. I fell 3 and 4 times, but each time I fell, I didn't hit as hard. First time it was a pretty big of more than the scab. It was bleeding, right? The next time was more of a light bruise. Then it became a scrape. Then after the scrape, it became a light scrape. You get my point, don't you guys? I'm sure you do. Number 22, guys. Long games reward integrity. If we're in life with a short game, don't even play. Don't even pick up a racket. Don't even go into the rink. Don't even try if you're not in the game for the long-term integrity. Time favors the principled. But many people get upset because they're like, oh my gosh, the principle's here, principled here, but I don't know what I'm supposed to say, what I'm supposed to do. So I get confused. And when I get confused, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to say now? Number 23, guys. Being fair is strategic. Trust accelerates results. Trust accelerates results. Nothing else. No manipulation, no mind games. Trust accelerates results. Nothing else, guys. Nothing else. That's powerful. So powerful that more people want to build trust. But when trust doesn't get built immediately, people give up. They want to go home. They don't want to try again. Because falling off a bike or whatever and it not working, it gets lonely. It's very lonely out there. And that's why people build trust so very slowly. Number 24, guys, trust is a force multiplier. It amplifies everything. Number 25, ethics are invisible armor. Ethics are there so that we stay within the parameters we're supposed to. Kind of like our boundaries. Your eyes will protect you when challenges arise. It could be ice. It could be a variety of things. I remember, I'm still an usher, but I remember being in time when people wanted me to push forward without ethics. Oh, John, don't worry about the ethics now. Just move forward. But if I move forward, then I wouldn't be with ethics. So I want to jump to a definition by Merriam-Webster. And the definition is of ethics. Ethics. So according to Merriam-Webster, ethic is a noun, a set of moral principles, a theory of system of moral values. Ethics. The principles of conduct governing an individual or a group. An awareness of moral importance of a specific thing. A guiding philosophy, ethos. A set of moral issues or aspects. Or the discipline dealing with what is good and bad, and with moral duty and obligation. These are very important things, and a lot of people miss them because they're so focused on getting to the end of the pool that they don't care about who they hurt. They don't care about what they do. And I'm going to share a story with you, which I think you're going to find is interesting. So, loved a competitive sail. I started sailing when I was in my single digit years. And I remember the first time I crewed, it was probably within a couple months of starting my sailing lesson. And I would go to sailing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And after sailing, I would go to Bay Beach camp, which was right near our house. And so Bay Beach camp would start at 8. But because I was in sailing, I would leave there. Basically, they would start around, so 10 o'clock is when they would start the Bay Beach. They would start all this stuff. But what I noticed is that people oftentimes will do things without integrity because they think it's easier, because they see it as a quick way to get across the bridge. You know what happens next time they try to cross that bridge? It's not so easy. So what happened in this race one day, we were racing with my skipper. So I was the crew and he was the skipper. And I remember going around the buoy. I remember asking questions like, what happens if we hit it? We have to reround it and stuff. So, I want to do that. So we got close to the buoy, very close. Then we hit it. And I'll call my skipper. I'll call him Joe. I'm like, Joe, we got to reround it. He's like, be quiet. I said, we got to reround it. It's not ethical. It's not moral. Be quiet. And somebody yells out, you hit the buoy. He's like, no, I didn't. You hit the buoy. And I'm even saying him quiet. I'm like, you hit the buoy. You know you hit it. Be quiet. And they're like, we see you. We're going to protest. We see you too. We're going to protest. All right, I'll reround the buoy. But why do people have to be dragged into a threat that they're potentially going to be challenged or eliminated? So the way it works is if I finish, let's say, ahead of you, okay, and let's say I finished in first place, you're behind me, you're going to challenge me so you can actually get one place closer. You can get first. But the thing is, I think it's not just about that. I think it's about the fact that we still need to report it because the person should get thrown out of the whole race. That's my feeling. People don't act with integrity because sometimes they just don't think. They don't use their brain. It's a lot of brain power for them. And they feel if they use it, that maybe they're going to lose that little edge they have. But that's really just an illusion, the edge that you think you have. Number 26, guys. Integrity removes regret. Alignment brings peace. Alignment brings peace. If we think about integrity, and we think about being on the same plane, and we know that doing the right things helps us, and we want to keep doing that, then we're going to live a life with integrity. Number 27, guys, reputation is built daily. Small actions matter. That's right, small actions matter. I don't mean the big things. You don't need the grand gestures. The small actions matter. The time to send somebody a holiday card, or to send a thank you to somebody, or to wish somebody well who might be in the hospital or not feeling well. That's the small actions. That's what it's about. Number 28, guys. Fair play builds real power. Respect always beats fear. Now, some people will try to cajole you into saying that, it doesn't matter. But inside it does matter. That's all that matters. Number 29, values guide when motivation fades. Discipline follows principles. Remember that. Values guide when motivation fades, because motivation can get weak sometimes. That's why we have to rely back on our inner core, our true values. And the last point for this afternoon is authority comes from alignment. When action matches values, leadership always follows. This has been Inspirations for Your Life, the daily motivational show for people who want to build success without compromising who they are. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, reminding you that fairness is strength, integrity is power, and inner authority is unshakable. Do check out BelieveMeAchieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. And I'll catch you guys real soon. Be well, everyone.